Joey and I were kind of coming up against quite a few difficulties right in the beginning of our trip. Breaking the drone, all the flat tires, and then realizing that there wasn't much of a plan, really.
I may or may not have broken the drone. The SD card is not functioning properly. And so at this point, we don't know if we're gonna have a drone. It's all my fault.
So we collected our thoughts, we brushed our teeth for the first time in a while, grabbed some of the camera gear, and just hopped up onto the rooftop. We also wanted to go with the team down south to help with Hurricane Matthew that came through. But then the real goal and whole entire purpose of being here was to go to Divorcee. We could hop in while moving. That makes it more dramatic.
Yeah.
For the film.
As long as we don't lose the red in the process.
We gotta go! We gotta go!
Mike is going!
Jump in!
Got Edward here. Edward, say hello. Hello.
Do you want us in the back of the truck? I mean...
What's up?
Guess where we're at? On the back of the truck.
On our way to the children's home, Mike said that we were going to pick up another team that just got in. We hopped in the back. We got to tell a little bit about the story of what we're here and what we're doing in Divorcee. And then, of course, a tire popped.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our 4th flat tire in officially 24 hours.
Honestly, by the time you get 100 flat tires in 24 hours, it's just comical at that point. Another great thing about traveling with a friend, somebody like Joey, who's just so chill and easygoing, anytime things aren't going as planned, you're experiencing something that you're gonna remember. This became one of the more memorable moments in this trip. There was just a group of kids hanging out in the corner, so I kind of walked over, hung out with them. We tried communicating a little bit, they spoke a little bit of English, but it was just an awesome moment that wouldn't have happened if it weren't for getting, yet again, another flat tire. So maybe for this story to make a little bit more sense, you might need to know a little bit more about who we are. Joey and I are just two bros from the Pacific Northwest. We went to Haiti for the first time about a year before this trip. We fell in love with Haiti instantly. The place is amazing. The people are amazing. The food is amazing. Basically everything is amazing. That first time we came to Haiti was when we discovered the village Divorcee. And we got to spend some time with some of the people who lived there. We just heard the stories of the past, of what this place used to be. Terrible stories of people starving to death, people dying of preventable diseases, voodoo practices, even hearing the story of how 2 children had been sacrificed at this altar in the woods there, not that long ago. Joey and I were so drawn to this story that we knew instantly that we had to come back and we had to tell the story of Divorcee. There's just something so true and raw and human about this whole entire story that we felt like this would be a good representation of the human spirit, and that this story of these people in Haiti would actually be the ones to inspire the people all over the world.
And a lot of countries in the world, they didn't want to recognize our independence because Haiti was just a small country. We used to be slaves. Some of those slaves, so they decided, to find a better way to live.
I think Haiti's history is super important for people to know. French colonists established some sugarcane plantations. It was worked by a vast number of slaves brought from Africa, which made the colony one of the richest in the world. But the crazy part happens the 1st of January, 1804. Haiti becomes the first country to abolish slavery, and the only state in history to establish a successful slave revolt. Never before in our recorded history have slaves successfully revolted against their oppressors and become their own country. That's a big deal. And in fact, the Haitian Revolution was successful in beating Napoleon's forces. Also a big deal. News of this spread across the globe. This has a big impact on the slave owners in America and starts a ripple effect that kind of changes everything.
How old are you? 12. Almost a teenager.
We just wanted to climb this hill and get some shots of the area, but ended up being an incredibly powerful experience on the mountaintop. A bunch of the kids from the orphanage came along with us. There was this moment when I just set the camera down after days of traveling and hitting the ground running to make this film. The realization that they have had such a different life growing up than I did, but despite that, they're kids just being kids. We just sat back and hung out with the kids and played and took it all in. It was as if all of the mess of the world was gone. All the pressures and worries of life left. Childlike joy was filling us all. All of life's relentlessness was gone.
Joey and I have the opportunity to go down south where Hurricane Matthew came in and just kind of devastated a whole bunch of people's lives. This is all just local people wanting to help their own people.
These are the local people. These are like neighbors and friends and family of people who are down there and that were affected by the hurricane.
Did Pastor Nathan leave us?
You could have. Oh yeah, and by the way, we don't know what the heck's going on. I got a call from Mike today that apparently my car back home got broken into and that I needed to cancel my credit card.